On behalf of Expert Village, I am Master Dave Herbert from the World Martial Arts Center, World Pro Hapkido Federation in New York City. Today, we'll be showing you some beginning Bushido. There are several areas of the philosophy of Bushido. One is wisdom. Another one is courtesy. Another one is fidelity or loyalty, just to count a few. These principles, these areas, are really crucial to practice the true essence of Bushido. Wisdom is not just on what you know, but how you know it and how you learn and how you live. Wisdom will cover areas such as physical combat, but also physical fitness, but also justice, but also how to run a household, a company, or an army. The translation of Bushido is Bu, which is martial, Shi, which is spirit and mind, Do, which is way. But the Do is not just a way of doing something. The Do is actually the entire universe in its totality, in its authenticity, the way things really are. So basically, Bushido is your spirit through martial arts being in alignment with that of the universe, with that of nature. A big part of this is how you eat, how you sleep, how you plan your life, what are your ethics. As a man thinketh, so is he. But also, as a person believes, and also a code that they follow, says who they are, who they're being, and what they're becoming. The origin of Bushido, there's lots of controversy. Many feel it's Japan, and many feel it's Korea, even though they're closely linked. In Korea, they say Mu-Sado. In Japan, they say Bushido, but it's written the same exact way in the kanji. Bushido is not actually a physical technique, but it is a mental and spiritual practice, but also not a practice of just doing, but also a practice of being. In Bushido, doing and being are linked as one. In the West, we focus mostly on doing. What do you do? I'm an accountant. What do you do? I'm an officer. In Bushido, it's being. Bushido became famous or popular in the West through the sword. Today, it's popular through the hand and the martial arts. The hand and the sword are basically the same thing in the mind and in the spirit and in the soul of the practitioner of Bushido. Bushido has certain areas, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. Basically, learning to have alignment of mind, body, spirit, and soul, and being true to one's cause, and true to one's nature, and true to one's destiny. So beginning level, just as beginning chess, you must learn how to move the pieces. And the pieces here are, when someone's striking, is moving and blocking, moving and blocking. Also, blocking and striking. Also, kicking. Also, wrist locking. Also, throws and takedowns. But you have to start somewhere. So we start with block, strike, and lock. And he comes again. 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 Block, strike, and hook. That's just some of the basic movements. Then we have it comes again. He strikes, kick, and strike. Right? He comes again. Hard, block, and kick. Over it comes again. And I pull, and listen. This is still the basics, like moving a pawn, or rook, or queen. Okay, so the 5 basic attacks. Beginning level. 1, coming down. 2, outside. 3, inside. 4, low thrust. And 5 is a high thrust for punch to face. But beginning level, we use open palm to touch head. And with a weapon, chest level. But that is the 5th technique of attack. Now, why open palm? Because Bushido deals with authenticity, the way things really are, right? If I practice this way, and the opponent stops there, I will look good outside of reality. In the dojo or doje, where the ideal happens. But where the real happens, the real conflict, that's not how a punch comes at you. People have intention of making contact with you. So, ultimately, we deal with how to deal with intention. This is not intention that is dangerous to us. This is dangerous to us. But for beginning level, if you practice this, there'll be a lot of bloody noses and bloody lips, maybe lost teeth. So, we have to actually make this kind of contact. So as he does that, I learn to deflect and block. He comes again, deflect and block. Then I add techniques to that. The next technique is also the pell grab. I shift, placing my palm here, on top, and shift to this opposite side to avoid this hand. Same time my right hand comes up, which puts me in superior position. From here, I box ears, I attack the eyes, and my left knee hits the back of his head as I pull it down toward my knee. I drop him and finish. And now, for kind of real time, I shift. Our first beginning technique is for a basic pell grab. The hand that's not holding me is the problem, not the one that's holding me. This one is safe. That's the problem. So I shift, moving away from that hand, striking to eliminate the use of this one. Then, pressing down on the thumb, I apply a thumb block using the base of my palm. I keep it close to my body, snapping it in as I drop my weight. In this position, I walk him over onto the stomach. And release. And now, normal speed, real time. This is holding me, that's the thread. So I have to shift quickly. This next one's for double lapel grab. I shift my left palm as I shift to the left. Bring my right hand right in between, like an X. Come behind. Connect. Choke as I shift back into its lowest stance. After applying the choke, I release and groin strike as I drop. And now for sort of real time, I shift. Choke from front, where he is maybe pushing. Someone can pull, there's a pulling choke, there's a pressing choke, there's a lifting choke, there's a pushing choke, and there's a strangulation choke. Now pushing choke. As I turn, one, I cover his wrist at the same time. So I bring his head back. As I'm pushing him back, he wants to resist and push forward. And I drop. Throwing him. And locking. So remember, this person is actually applying pressure, so I'm using his force. When he pushes in, that gives me power here. When he wants to regain power, this throws him. So real time, two-handed choke. I lower my chin as I raise my shoulders, as I drop, sinking back. Same time, my two fingers are going to thrust towards his throat, and my left hand is going to control his two fingers. The thrust releases me, and my left hand locks him in. I bring him down, and I throw the knee in his face, knocking him backwards. So, real time, I sit, as I raise, as I drop, as I cover, as I cross, same time. And choke hold from behind. And do double palm strike, striking his head. Then shift, left hand below, under the chin, right hand back of the head, cupping it, pressing pressure points underneath, make him go back into this hand. I rotate, bring him down, and finish. And now for real time. This technique is, as the opponent is coming around trying to get behind you to get the choke, I slip underneath, locking his arm, and bringing him forward, and locking the wrist. So, same thing, and real time. And another variation of the same technique would be like so. Elbow up, turn. As I press down, and from a triangle lock on his arm's elbow, shifting back. Then press it. And same thing, real time. As he's going. Ooh, headlock. And headlock choke. One. My left arm comes over the top. My right presses weight here. I can use my palm. I can punch. I can use pressure point behind the knee. It all ended with the same result. I want to upset his balance, have him leaning back. Also what I want to do, because of this choking technique, I want to turn my chin into his body to avoid cutting off my windpipe and avoid being choked out. So I turn my chin into his body. Pressing down, knee goes forward, so head comes back. Then this one, underneath the throat, underneath the nose, and pinky and eye. I split and divide. In this position, I prepare for the groin strike. And real time. Kind of goes like this. Double shoulder hold. I sink my body down and using my hips, I strike. As I grab, I peel the fingers down, getting finger lock. From the finger lock, as I turn, I must release one. I release the right, I turn toward the left, and I turn, I strike. And back. And I continue with this finger. Get him onto his stomach. This one real time. Let's slow it a little bit. It goes like so. Finger lock. And tough situation. Chest in front, knee in back. Must eliminate that which threatens me the most. So we can shift left or right. Right now we're going to do right. I shift, lower arm catches his leg. Opposite arm strikes upward. I bring him down. And same thing, real time. Similar position, slightly different technique. Turning on the inside, covering, and thrusting up, and sweep, and real time. Turning opposite direction. Turn down. Cover the leg from the inside. Thrust upward or elbow upward. And sweep. And opponent thrusts midsection. I yield, covering the hands. Once I have the hand, I counter. Low kick. Then locking his right wrist with his weapon. Bringing him down. From here, I pivot. Bringing him forward. Then baseball turns to golf. And real time. Opponent's striking head with body. I shift, covering his wrist and his arm. Then coming down with his force. And rotating, starting down to the floor. I bend the wrist back, this arm. Once again, I sidestep, deflecting as I rotate. But I want to maintain his momentum, using his force against him. Pin, and bend the wrist, disarm. And real time. Opponent attacks backhand. I cover upper and lower as I pivot. Grab the slot and throw. And pull on the stomach and lock. This technique also, I can strike as I make contact. So, real time. Opponent thrusts his lower body. I cover. 1, 2. I strike. 3, 4. I sidestep. I cover by blocking his wrist, hitting pressure points in the top. I bend his arm, hitting pressure points. Then palm strike, chin or nose, bringing his head back. Then as I move, elbow. Then finishing, downward back fist. Aya! And real time. Aya! Ha! You end up on your back. Opponent goes to stomp face. Blocking, inside block. 2. Back fisting groin. Double punching groin. Then back fisting head. The head step back. Then punch my body. Knees and hips on bottom. And arms on top of his knee. Bring him down. Holding on to his ankle. Hammer fist the groin. Then clear. Push everything over to one side. He reaches back. And with the ball of the foot, kicking in the head. And kneeing to kidney. Or kneeing to kidney, kicking to head. So real time. Opponent stomping face, this time I'm blocking, moving outside. I can either end up inside his leg, between his legs, or outside if he's human. From here, I strike groin. And then lock. Knee, and push my shoulders upward, bringing him down. Then, dropping. If I want, I can lock leg. I can also finish by knocking out kick, heel to chin. We have a hassle. It's real time. There's ice. There's oil. There's a banana. There's anything. But I'm on the way down. He's down on me. So we're out here in the streets of New York City. We're going to demonstrate some advanced Bushido techniques. Traditional Bushido was used on the battlefields. Today, this is one of the battlefields. And what's on the battlefield? You have cement, concrete, you have poles, you have fire hydrants, you have cars, you have sidewalks, you have gates. Everything on the battlefield you have to be familiar with and feel comfortable with and know how to use in your favor. For example, even a wall. When a person punches, that wall is your ally. Excellent. Oh, a pole. Person strikes, I can use the pole. That's my ally. Oh, a gate. Say he's trying to grab me low. All right. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's great. And. Right. Use the gate. Great. And fire hydrant. I can use. This is an obstacle, right? Obstacle. I can, and, look at that. Right down. Pole. Fire hydrant. Also, sidewalk. We're moving, right? I make him move backwards, we're moving, right? We're in conflict. When he's moving, I attack him to move backwards. And this sidewalk trips him up. And that's where I finish the job. Okay, second one. It's possible you can have more than one opponent. It could be 2 or 3 with one of the knife on your throat. In that case, you have to upgrade your defense tactics. You cannot afford to play, otherwise you could end up being dead. One hands are up again. I turn. I start the technique the same way. Down. I bend the wrist back and the arm back. But then things change, because usually you have more than one attacker. Once you're in action, they're all in action. So let's say I had one in front, one here, one behind. So I'd have to deal with this opponent, but be prepared for the other one. So I would turn and cut as I turn and lock his arm. And he is into the wall. I finished that, and now I have a knife to deal with other opponents. And same thing, a little faster. So, hands up. A little small talk doesn't hurt. Listen, fellas, I think you're making a mistake. I'm just trying to get home. I live over there. And then you go, yeah. And you deal with the rest. So this presents a bigger problem, because not only is the knife a threat, but the hand, he can feel what I'm doing. He can feel when I'm breathing. So I must eliminate the knife, but also this hand. So first my hands are up again. When I make my move, I do turn and I shift and use his knife on his wrist, slitting his wrist. Then I come back up if it's still there, cutting, and then bring down or into the wall, and I knee, right? And then I can continue either cutting down or I can continue by twisting and bringing him down. And press it. Okay, number 4. This is also a major problem because 2 hands are on me. The minute I shift, this is in my gut. Right? If I grab this, we still got it. I'm wrestling a guy with a knife in my lower abdomen. So, first, on the exhalation, that's when I'm moving. On the exhalation, and also as I exhale, I shift and press down on his arm. I have the wrist, but I turn the wrist to lock his elbow. At this point, when I step through lock his elbow, I hyperextend, snapping this. If he holds on, the tighter he holds, the better for me. The tighter my lock becomes, and more power is here. So I snap, and 1, and 2. And if I want, I come back and bring him down. Okay, now we'll show this in real time. On the exhalation, I shift down and snap and disarm, cut and bring him down and lock. Okay, similar situation, but different problem. Belt is hold. Holding belt. Off balance. Really off balance. And walking you backwards. Okay? Most people have a difficult time with that. It's over. However, you simply, it's a dance. It's a ballet in motion. You roll with him. Use his momentum. And you bring him down. Okay. He's married. Okay. So, as he walks me back, it's obvious he means me no good. I rotate. No! Okay, so, not only the knife, but also the hand presents a problem. On the exhalation, I roll. As I roll, I want to control this hand. As I control this hand, my left hand is close to a vital area, his groin. So as I shift, I strike, and lock, and bring back, the wall, knee, and pivot, bringing him down. And now, in real time, I move on exhalation and I strike his groin. As I'm covering here, this happens all at the same time. As I exhale, I'm also rolling. So on one movement, similar situation, knife and grab. Now, I want to control this hand, but also strike his groin. So I roll, shift, and strike. Then raise, get underneath the arm. And then I'm here, applying wrist lock. Okay, from the wrist lock, I pivot into the wall with the knee. And bring him back. And then from here, I rotate his shoulder and his arm, locking him and disarming. So, as I move on exhalation, I lock, bring him in, and down, and then rotate him onto his back. First, I must know what is my attacker's intention, or how is he attacking me. My hands open and I look over my shoulder, because I can see now, oh, it's the right arm. because it's a good possibility to give me the opposite arm, so I can't just turn and do a technique. I have to know. So as I open, I see. I roll, drop my elbow. I'm rolling off the blade. If I turn into the blade, I end up with a stabbed kidney. So I have to roll off the blade as I do this. As I roll, my elbow low arm covers my body and blocks as I strike. When I strike, I have connection here. I grab, 1, 2, applying basic E, all through the gesh. And I bring him down. And this arm. Same thing, real time. Once again, I'm rolling and on exhalation. Once again, I have to look to see which arm that is. He may say turn around or look forward. He says look forward, you look forward, but now you know which arm it is. He says turn around, that's even better. Say turn around.
Turn around.
I turn, I cover my lower body, strike, 1, cover the hand, and kick, 2. Right? If you're closer, it would be a knee. Further, it'd be a foot. And then, from here, locked in the arm. Right? I bring him forward. I place pressure right here, pinning him, disarming the knife. So once again, now in real time, my hands are up. I can see, oh, what arm it is. Then, as I move on exhalation, I rotate my hips, I'm rolling off the knife, rolling. Now the threat is this knife, cutting my throat. So I must eliminate this range of motion. I do that by placing my arm here. As I place here, my opposite hand strikes his groin. As I strike the groin, I shift underneath, applying serious ill. Then I shift, meridian lock. This is painful, though it looks like nothing. Okay, now for real time, I must eliminate this quickly, and him. Knife in my center, big problem, but also hand. So I have to deal with both of them. So I must eliminate that which threatens me the most, which is this blade. When I raise my arm, I begin to create space between me and the blade. When I grab the back of his hand, I begin to get control of his arm. I shift my body into his arm to get leverage. I come under, I lock, just like before. Then, pressing down, lock his arm behind. And I bring him forward. And I disarm. And now, real time, I must eliminate the knife and control his arm as I shift. Okay, gun in your face, in your head, bad problem. For him, someone should have told him, guns are meant to use at a distance, not this close. My hands go up. Why? Because they're closer, and also, he feels confident. I have to rotate my head, shift. At the same time, I cover the barrel and the back of his wrist. When I do that, I snap down, which is snapping his finger. When I snap his finger, I rotate upward, end up blocking his shoulder and his whole body from his finger. Then I shift my body and I throw him. Finger is locked. I kick head, pa, head turns, and I step this way. I disarm. So real time, gun in face. No problem, at least not for me. Hands are up because they're closer. I shift, I move. I lock, and take down. On behalf of Expert Village, thank you for watching.
Thank you.